Good morning, children. This is class 9th physics, chapter number 8, motion. Today's topic is topic 9, that is graphical representation of motion. So, here in this topic, children, we are going to draw the graph of distance versus time. Means on x-axis you are going to draw distance, sorry, on y-axis you are going to draw distance, and on x-axis you are going to draw time, right beta? And that distance time graph we are going to draw for three different types of motion. First is we will draw it for uniform motion. We will draw for object at rest, means object is not moving, right? No distance is covered. For that we will draw the graph. And third, we will draw the graph for non-uniform motion, right? So this is your distance time graph, and you are having three graphs under this, right? So let's start with first the distance time graph. Okay, so this is your distance time graph. So as you can see, here we are having the graphs for the three different cases: uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and for object at rest, right? Now let's start with the third case first. Object at rest. Object at rest means, children, the object is not moving. Means if the object was at 8 meters away from the origin at time t equals to 0, right? Then after time t equals to 1 second, again the object is at 8 meter only. At time t equal to 2 second, again the object is at 8 meter. At time t equal to 3 seconds, again the object is at 8 meter. At time t equal to 4, 5 and 6 second, the object is still at 8 meter. Means the object is 8 meters away from the origin. The object has not covered any distance. The object is at rest. So the distance time graph, as you can see, distance is on y-axis, distance is in meters, and time is on x-axis. So the distance time graph for object at rest is a straight line graph. And this straight line is, as you can see, it is parallel to x-axis. This straight line graph for object at rest is parallel to the x-axis. It is parallel to the time axis, because on x-axis what do we have? We are having time axis. Okay. So this is your distance time graph. Distance time graph. When the object is at rest, we get a straight line graph which is parallel to the time axis or x-axis. So as you can see, after each second, the object is still at 8 meter from the origin. The object is not moving. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the uniform motion. So again, we are going to draw y-axis, x-axis, and this point is our origin. On y-axis, we are going to label it y-axis, x-axis. On y-axis, we are putting distance. So we have put your distance to 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 meters. And time we are putting as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, right? This is we are plotted. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We are going to draw for uniform motion. So we all know uniform motion means equal distance is covered in equal time. So suppose the body is covering a distance of 2 meters in every 1 second. So after 1 second, the object has covered a distance of 2 meters. So the point will come here, right? Then after 2 second, after 1 second more, means time t equals to 2 second, object will cover 2 meters distance more. So it will reach at 4. So it will be over here. It will be over here. Now, after 1 second more, the object will cover 2 meters more. That is, it will be at 6 meters. So the point will be here. Then after one more second, the object will cover 2 meters more, that is, it will be at 8 meters, right? Then after 1 more second, the object will cover 2 more meters, that is, after 8, it will be at 10 meters away from the origin, right? Then after 1 more second, that is in the 6th second, the object will cover 2 meters more, that is, from 10, it will be at 12 meters away from the origin, so the point will be here. So if you join all these points, then you are getting a straight line that is passing through the origin, right? So if you see this graph, Shubham, then in every 1 second, the object is covering equal distance of 2 meters. So this straight line graph, that is for distance versus time, is a graph for uniform motion, as equal distance of 2 meters is covered in every 1 second. Okay, now we will see the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. So non-uniform motion means unequal distances covered in equal time, right? So here if you see in this graph, in time t equals to 1 second, the distance covered is 2 meters, right? And in time t equals to 2 seconds, the distance covered is suppose 4 meters, right? And in time t equals to 3 seconds, the distance covered is 8 meters. And then in time t equals to 4 seconds, the distance covered is somewhere here. So here you will see that the distance covered in time t equals to 1 second is 2 meter per second. Then the distance covered in the next 1 second is again 2. But the distance covered in the third second is 4 meters. And then the distance covered in the next 1 second is about 6 meters. So here you can see that unequal distance is covered. Distance is not equal. So as unequal distance is covered in equal interval of time, this is your non-uniform motion. And let us see the nature of the graph. You are getting here a curved line. What are you getting? You are getting a curved line. So the nature of distance time graph for non-uniform motion is a curve. Okay, it is not a straight line, it is a curve. Okay, now children, from this distance time graph, we should get some information by seeing the graph line. We can tell that if the graph line is like this, you will say, ma'am, it is uniform motion, right? If the graph line is a curved one, you will say, ma'am, it is non-uniform motion. If you get a straight line and that line is parallel to x-axis, you will say, ma'am, this is distance time graph and it is a straight line parallel to time axis, x-axis. So it means it is not moving. This information you are getting. Okay, good. But one more information you will get from the graph, that is the speed of an object. That is, we can calculate the speed of an object from the distance time graph, because we know distance upon time is what? Speed. So from this distance time graph, we can calculate the value of speed. We can get the value of speed. How? By calculating the slope, right? So let's see how we can calculate the slope. Okay, so slope, for example, if you're having a bridge, right? So that bridge also has slope. So let's see how to find out the slope. So children, slope formula is change in y coordinate upon change in x coordinate, right? So for that, to calculate the slope, the first step, that is, we are going to select 2 points on the graph, right? So as you can see, now we will do it for this, right? So for on this, we are selecting 2 points, and that 2 points are over here. This is point A, and the second point which we have selected is this. And we have named the points as A and C, right children? We have selected 2 points on the graph and we have named them as A and C. Got it? Okay. Now, after naming them, we need to draw from the first point, that is A, we will draw a dotted line on the x-axis and we will name it as x1. And then from that point A, we will draw a dotted line, perpendicular line on y-axis and we will name it as y1. That is, from the first point, we are drawing a perpendicular line on x-axis, that is x1. And from the same first point, we are drawing a perpendicular line on y-axis that we will call as y1. Okay. Now, same steps we are going to do for point number 2. From point 2, we are going to draw a perpendicular line on x-axis and we will call it as x2. We will call it as x2. From that second point, that is C, we will draw a perpendicular line on y-axis and we will call it as y2. Okay children. Now, change in y coordinate means y में कितनी change हो रही है. What is the change in the value of y? So here we got two values of y. First is y2, other is y1. And here we are getting two values of x also, x2 and x1. So change in y can be written as y2 minus y1 and change in x can be written as x2 minus x1. So let's put the value of y2 and y1, right beta? Now, y-axis, what are you having? You are having distance and we know distance is denoted by this by s. So it is s2 minus s1 upon x-axis. X-axis we are having time, so it is t2 minus t1. Now let's see the value of y2 and y1. So children, if you look carefully, the value of y2 over here is 10 meters and the value of y1 is 4 meters. So let's put the value of y2 as 10 and y1 as 4. Y2 as 10 and y1 as 4. So y2 is 10, y1 is 4. So 10 minus 4, that is 6 meter in the numerator, right? Now let's check the value of x2 and x1. X2 value is 5 seconds and x1 value is 2 seconds. So x2 minus x1 is 5 minus 2, that is 3. So you are getting 6 meter upon 3 seconds. So 6 by 3, your answer will be 2 meter per second. So your slope, that is 2, is nothing but it is the speed. You can check the unit. Speed is 2 meter per second. So this is the method how you can calculate the slope and get the value of speed from distance time graph.